Guys, Flabaliki here today and welcome back to Cities Skylines. So today, like I mentioned last time, I wanted to fill in this whole sort of hillside here with just the curvy, free-flowing suburbs that look very, just very free-form and all over the place kind of thing. And that's exactly what we're doing here at the beginning. So this is a 11-minute, 50-second time-lapse, and we'll jump back into the game normally and continue on some work there. But yeah, so this is actually something I specifically didn't want to do in real time because this did actually just take a long time just placing roads. Because a grid is pretty quick to build a lot of the time, whereas this is like the curvy roads. I mean, sure, you could just randomly place them, but I was trying to take as much care as possible to actually make them make sense. Like I also didn't want to accidentally create alternate routes for vehicles to get through quickly. There are some roads that they actually do end up using to sort of cut through the area, but the good news is it's not that much. I think it's just a sort of right amount of traffic that sort of flows through. And also because it's all low density, there's not a lot going on. And the other reason I wanted to do this in a time lapse rather than in the episode is because we're zoning so much residential. Like we're adding in a lot right now compared to what we currently have. The amount that I'm zoning and adding in is such a huge amount. It's going to take ages to fill up. And I don't think it's even full up by the time this is done and we get into the actual episode. I think there's still a lot that I need to do. I also haven't done the additional trees and all the greenery in it. But I think what I want to do this episode is add in some more like actual parks into the area, like the new Park Life tool. Because this whole area, we have a few like pre-placed parks here and there, but I haven't done any specifically custom-made parks. So I think we'll do. How many times did I say parks just there? Anyway, so I think we'll do some of those coming up. So that big curvy road that we have that ends at the monorail station at the top, that's a road that people actually do use to sort of drive through the area, which is fine. I think it's good. It's not. It's like I guess slightly quicker than going all the way down the avenue and up and around. It is a sort of semi cut through, which in a good way anyway, because it's not creating more issues than it solves, so that's always nice. I did also turn this into a area, which, what did I name it? That's what I did. Yeah, so I went, because it's so annoying. I did a couple things. So I actually added in a bunch of custom Rico buildings, which if you don't know what that is, those are the buildings that I can specifically place, like the growable buildings that you can specifically place around the map. And I kept complaining recently about not having any low density commercial buildings to place anywhere. And I kept looking at them, like there's some on the workshop, but I couldn't really find any good ones. I don't know why I was struggling so much. So what I did is I just went through the buildings that are already in game and just gave them custom settings so I can go around and place them. So that's what I've done. We'll check that out in the live gameplay, but you'll also see me placing some here because I specifically wanted to place some buildings underneath things. And it was really hard when they were all, like too tall or whatever, way too big. So anyway, I did that. I also made a custom theme, which I actually just want to apply as a citywide policy, which as far as I can tell, I don't think I've actually unlocked citywide policies yet, which is a theme that doesn't have those bright white buildings in it, essentially, because they were really annoying. I think we mentioned it last time, those really bright buildings. It's like they're just disgusting. So I made a theme that just doesn't include them, essentially. And I removed most. I think there's still a few, like I didn't get rid of all of them, I don't think. I think there's still a few in the theme, which I might actually go back and remove as I've now recognized which ones they are. But for the most part, it's much better than it was. Also, as you can see right now, adding pathways in everywhere. We do actually end up with a lot of people walking through this area, which is really good. So it's really accessible. I actually also do add in, I don't think it's in this time lapse, but I add in a bus line going through the area. But I also add in a tram, as you guys suggested. We'll talk about that a bit more as we go. I added in a tram because this whole area is huge. And it's a whole section of the map that now doesn't have public transit to it. There's no way to get around besides a car, which is pretty poor design. So we made sure to try and make it as connected as possible. The other thing I want to do, I don't know if we'll do it this episode, we do need to get trains. I don't want to have trains as an intercity form of transport. So like intercity within our own city, I'm talking. So within our city, I want to use trams, monorails, and buses. That's kind of our major form. And probably maybe even ferries because we've got a lot of water. So that might make sense later on. But for the trains, we need to have some sort of passenger terminal so you can come in from the region. Also need to have some cargo terminals for all the industrial. And it might be, intercity-wise, it might be a good idea to have train stations around just for cargo, just for freight, and not for passengers. Because I don't really want to do passenger trains because we've done that before so many times. So I think we're going to give it a little bit of a different go. Also put it in IKEA. You know what? I was thinking, we need an IKEA. Also, just fit underneath the monorail really was the point that I wanted to make with that one. So that's what I did. What are we doing now? I don't know. Just going around doing stuff. Cool. I don't know. I'm doing a little bit of commercial. I did actually leave a lot of these large avenues unzoned. Like I'm sort of zoning around areas that I felt would actually naturally develop a bit more. Specifically this area there, because we have the avenue and then we have that large hospital right in the middle there. So I thought that would make a bit of sense. We also now, I zoned so much residential that they need a lot more commercial. So I was like, okay, let's just build a bit more. Building around, if you remember last episode where we did the swimming pool, the public pool, and the new monorail line. So I'm building around this area. And these are the buildings I was talking about. These are all actually just vanilla game buildings that come with the game. But I've just added the ability so I can place them manually. And I can fit it underneath the monorail, which I really, really wanted to do. Just having it flow over the top of everything rather than having no zoning underneath it, which is really annoying when you can't build anything underneath these things. And I turned a lot of this area here with the 2 Bed Bath & Beyonds, turned this basically into a big commercial section. So like lots of small stores. I did another strip mall just there as well because I thought this is like a little shopping mall area anyway. I might even... Maybe we should move that second, but no, you know what? That second Bed Bath & Beyond, that's part of the city's history now. It's going to stay there. I think maybe I could just swap that at least with the mall and switch it around. So we actually had to add a few more roads connecting to that main city entrance. You remember that one that used to be a huge nightmare trying to get into the city? Yeah, we're adding more intersections to it. How fun is that? But I took care with it, and I don't think too many people use it. So as you can see, I only did a one-way entrance just there, and I did do a one-way exit just here, which I was worried about that it would be bad, but not that many people actually use it. Because what I did to try and, because at first when I built that, obviously a lot of people were using it to get to the other side of the city, but I don't even think I recorded it. But I added a little sort of flyover road that sort of bypasses that highway and that big intersection. So if you're trying to get to the other side, you go that way rather than through the intersection, which we'll have a closer look at probably in game. I'll go over everything quickly that I did, so you can have a nice look at it. It might just appear in a second here because I'm pretty sure I didn't record it. Just doing a little bit of a district there. I don't think there's some districts I didn't name. Again, using these sort of custom placed buildings so I can get underneath the little highway section there, or the mini expressway, or whatever the hell we're calling that raised road. The elevated expressway. I don't know, whatever it is, we put it there. Yeah, it's just, so that's why those buildings are so useful, because it's like, it looks like there could definitely be something there, and now I can finally place stuff there. Because you can use no collision, as we did a little bit, but the problem with that, as you saw in the previous episodes, was when you have buildings grow that are taller than the road, and then it just ruins it. Oh, maybe I did record it. Oh, okay, I didn't think I recorded this bit where I built a little bridge. But I also realized, and I want to change this when we go into the episode, so we have the exit from the elevated expressway that comes around just there. I was like, well, I guess it doesn't need to go around anymore. We could just join to this bridge instead of having 2 bridges. Like, it didn't really make any sense, but I didn't change it at the time for some reason. I just recognized it. I was like, you know what? I should change that. But I didn't. Anyway, so quite a few people do use that road as well, because now they can get up and over that large intersection without having to go through it, which is super useful. And then, yeah, so this is essentially just a big commercial park now. Because it didn't make a lot of sense to do residential here, because it's a very busy area. So I wanted to have it not really mix in with residential, especially because we're moving to more of like the main city entrance, the heavy roads. And it's also around the monorail station. So there's a lot of public transport access to the entire area, which is super useful. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's where we're changing this road into a tram. I wasn't originally going to do this. I wasn't sold on the idea when I read it in the comments, but I was like, when I zoomed out and I was looking at the area, I was like, you know what, we do need a public transport link up this way. And the easiest and best solution would be a tram, because I would say buses, but buses obviously have much more limited capacity than trams do. So I thought we'd do the trams here, especially because we've already got the large avenue. It's easy to get it in. It's got a perfect transfer point to that monorail just there. And it also transfers with the bus line down the bottom here. And we can stop it at that little tram loop that already existed from our other line. So it was like the perfect setup to add in a line really, really easily. So that's exactly what I did. We put that in there, and then so that sort of linked up the beachfront monorail line to this other monorail line, and also obviously all the residential in between, which is super useful. And then I'm just going here and we're filling in this entire section with more suburban housing and low-rise residential and all that too. So that is essentially what all this time lapse is about, is just getting a lot more, because we as we saw last time, as we mentioned last time, we had a huge lack of workers over in the industrial area. There's like every single building on half of it just had not enough workers. And I think that's partly due to the fact that we do have some Rico buildings that require like, I think those shopping malls that we have require like 100 and something workers, which is, yeah, it's realistic, 100%. But for city skyline scale, it doesn't really work because most buildings require like 10, 20 people max. So then when you have a building that requires like 10 times that amount, it gets a little bit, it just requires a lot of workers. So we need a lot more residential. So that's what we're working on, just trying to get a bit more in here. And that's what all of this was about. Because I knew it was going to take a while, not only to just build the roads, but to zone it all, to get all these pathways in. And I mean, we built the first section of this suburban housing before together. So yeah, I mean, you've kind of seen us build this before. And so you can watch it a little bit of a expedited pace. So I left like a lot of these areas here. You can see there's actually a lot of just grass that I've left in between the zoning. I thought a lot of those places would be good for parks. So we will probably look into some of that a little bit later on in this episode to see what we can do. I think a lot of this does actually fill in with zoning as we move forward. But I think there's still a lot of empty spaces once we jump into the game. We'll have a look. I can't remember because I did this yesterday. But once we jump into the game in just a few minutes, we'll see. Actually, just a minute. Ooh, it's coming up close. But the monorail is really, really successful, actually. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last, if we did it, I can't remember when I did it, but both monorail lines now have 3 monorails rather than the reduced 2 that I originally did, because we actually needed more. Because they were just so popular. There's a lot more people using them now too, so that's why we did that. But we're just going through here, making sure everything's zoned in. The only problem with all these curvy roads is trying to make sure that I've actually actually filled in the zoning and not missed any weird gaps. I mean, I might have still done that, but anyway, that's pretty much it for this time lapse. We're going to go ahead and jump into the game and I guess make some parks and do some more stuff. But let's go. Okay, so this is all still filling in. Oh no, there's no power over there. That's so sad. Well, whatever. They'll be fine soon. Right, so this is what it looks like now without us flying through at a million miles an hour. Most of it's filled in. Like, a lot of this was new. A lot of this, obviously, all of this up the top is new right there. I also did actually move, I don't know if this, was this in the time lapse? I did move the baseball field so it wasn't, so you're not hitting home runs into the monorail, which was a good point and not something that I really considered, so I moved that just there. I didn't move the pool, though. Other people mentioned about that. I mean, that doesn't matter if there's a monorail over the pool. Whatever, who cares? Right, so a lot of this is started to fill in as well. Most of this is left empty. This is the bridge, which I actually want to change right now, because at the moment it doesn't really make much sense. I think we can still have a road here, but it just doesn't make any sense for this to go all the way around when it could very easily just connect onto this road instead, and then they could also go that way, which would be good because that adds a quicker connection to get down that way rather than being here than coming across. How much better is that? That makes so much more sense. So let's do that as my first decision in a position of power. It's going to be that. I mean, I guess it doesn't really need a curve that one. Maybe it should just go, because yeah, it doesn't really need to do that. Hang on, let's go here. So it goes like this. Maybe it goes, I mean, where would it connect to? There? I guess it can just connect there. Yeah, that's fine. It's a little bit off. Hang on. Let's adjust it a little bit here. Just do that. That's just so much. It's so much better because then they can go that way if they want to. I mean, actually, the left turn is a bit brutal, though, isn't it? That maybe I should. You know what? Let me I'll bring it out here this way a little bit more because it's a bit of a brutal left, is what we're going to call it. So we can get this. It's going to come along. Let's go here. Let me just go to. I mean, I guess this can probably just be on the ground now, right? On the ground, I said. Please, thank you. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll do that, and then it'll come around. So we're going to go like this. 3 units, maybe? Yeah, there you go. Nice turn there. And then maybe... You know what? I'll just go straight road like that into there. And then I'll actually use move it and snapping to just adjust that so it curves so it fits both directions. It does actually look a little bit... Yeah, because it goes a little bit further. Maybe if I just bring this a bit closer. Do that and then readjust. Nope, too close. About there. That's better. Now it looks a sort of more continuous curve, which is nice. All right, so it goes there. That's a bit better. I might actually also add in a couple of lanes to this, just so we have a left and a right. What am I doing? Where is the normal road? There it is. So we have a left and a right there. Seems to make sense to me. And I might even just add in... I'll add in traffic lights, because there is a lot of lanes going on there. We don't really need them at the moment, but we'll have it. We do... Oh. Did not realize how, like... much that was smashing into that road underneath it. Yeah, because it's fine. Oh, yeah, you know what? I never noticed that. It's fine over this road, I think. Actually, this one's a little... This is all, like, quite high up, actually. Hold up. We need to adjust this. I think most of this, including that bit, let's just lower all of this down, because this is not ideal. Should be the same height as maybe that one. That should help us out. Let's have a look. That's still a little low. I might might raise this section up. Just a little bit like that, maybe. That's a bit better. It's close, but it works. It's close. It is close. All right, so we got demand for commercial and industrial. The problem is, this industrial that we currently have is still does not have enough workers in some locations. We're working on it. So there's more industrial demand. There's also more commercial demand. I think we probably need industrial of a different nature. So maybe we should get some forestry is what I was thinking. So I might actually extend the road out from Cumberland to here and do like a forestry. And then we could also get like maybe some sort of rail, industrial rail maybe here. You know, let's build a rail. So I think we do need that. And then, oh, wait. Oh, didn't you unlock the rail after you... I was like, we don't have rails. I think you unlock it after you place a train station, which is stupid. So let's build a train station. So this is going to be it's purely industrial train station. So it's going to do a one-way road. Normal. So they're going to pull into the left, right? So I want to go... Might do it this way, though. Yeah, if we do it this way, it'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to go here. I'll just put it there, maybe. Because if it's there, then we have a forestry up there. I don't know. It'll be fine. That'll go there. We're going to get in just cargo terminal there. And then this can come around. See, I don't think it needs to be that. Because I kind of want this to be a little bit out in the sticks in a way. So it's not really specifically in the downtown area. Not downtown area. You know what I mean, though. So if I put it there, how do I want them to approach it, though? It should come off the main road somewhere. Maybe back here. Maybe we continue this section of the road. But then we have a four-way intersection which might be a bit dodgy. No, let's do it up here. Let's go from up here. We're going to get a road coming off of this. I'm going to do it as asymmetrical. You know what? Why would I use the asymmetrical road from that mod? I'll just use this one. There we go. So we'll use this and it's going to come around. Out like this. Straight down. And then this road will join up to it. Oh, no. I've got Propaniki on. Whoops. Let me just do a little... Make sure there's no trees on the road. There we go. And put it back. Beautiful. And that's the end of that chapter. Alright, so this road is then going to come... Oh, I'm still in move it. Go away, move it. This road, I said, is then going to come down. Nah, it doesn't need to be, like, perfect, does it? Let's go down here. Let's come down this way. And then... join back onto this road. Like that. I do want to adjust where that curve is, though. Be a little lower, maybe there. So I'll go like this and come back in, and then this way be like that, and I'll come down, and maybe just join into there. It's a little dodgy where that is. Whoa, hang on. Turn off snapping for a second. Put it more about there. That's better. Then turn it back on, and we should be able to hopefully snap this curve to look decent. Whoa. Okay, that'll go there. I guess there doesn't need to be a two-lane road, does it? We can just do this. Use that road, so it's just a one-lane. Because it really only needs to be one lane. Sure. Let's go with that. Okay, so that's going to go there. I'm obviously going to need water. I don't know if this will be any good. I always find it really hard, and I've said this before, like just industrial stuff in general in this game, I'm really bad at. Like, it's just not my strong suit. Alright, so I'm going to do that. This does not need to be asymmetrical for most of this road. Like, most of this can just be regular. Well, let's do this road. The median strip. Why not? And then we'll open it up to 2 lanes here. So I'll flip it around, actually, because then we have, whoops, the 2 lanes turning onto the main road, which I think makes more sense. And then I don't think I'll join anything else up to that road and keep it separate. Alright, so then this, my furry-headed little friend. I don't know why they're furry-headed or my little friend, but anyway. This rail is then going to come off. It's going to be here. It's going to be normal. Come out this way. Actually, we'll go like this a little bit more, because I think we need to sort of go here and then This almost needs to come up around next to it because it's sort of going up a hill here, so maybe put that one there. And then this can come off here. That, and then just, I guess just go straight into it. That'll probably be fine. Yeah, beautiful. And then this one, so probably, you know what, bring it back a little bit. We can just go straight into it from here. That'll do. Okay, so that'll be cargo exchange there. We definitely, I mean, this definitely should connect up closer instead of having to go through the whole area as well. I just don't know how to do it. Maybe if we go from, I guess maybe we do have one intersection on this road and that's the road that sort of connects to the area. I might just do it, I mean, it should be here, I guess, right? So this whole area will become industrial at some point, but I just don't really don't want to connect it up to that intersection, but I guess we're going to, so I guess we're gonna do it. Ooh, that was weird. I guess we're gonna do it anyway. It's gonna come down here, and these two will join together like this. But if I keep no zoning on it, then no one besides people going to this place should use it, right? I don't know, because I don't want to connect anything else up to these roads, at least not for now. I mean, I guess we could do some small zoning in that, but we'll do that for now. All right, so that's there, and then I want to do a road further out this way, which maybe then it turns into, oh yeah, download these roads. These roads are cool. So ones that have like the sort of avenue size roads, but they have sort of parking on the side. How do we, wait, did I have to download something else to get the actual parking spaces on it? Because it looks really nice. Like that's perfect. Because it's like that road and then, isn't there another one? Oh no, I guess what you do, supports space for angled and oh, it's just space for it. Oh, it doesn't come with it. Oh, that sucks. So I guess what you're supposed to do, hang on, if we go parking. I hate, why don't people just make, maybe you can't, I guess. But then what you do is, how do I guess prop anarchy, right? You do this and you put these on the road. It's like floating above the road. But then anyways, there's room for the parking, so they park like that. Where's like the other ones that were, oh yeah, these ones are better. So you do like this alongside of the road. That's kind of cool. Or you just have a really wide road, which I think is kind of cool too. Can that also go away, please? I guess if I hover over something else. Nope. Cool. Love it. Can I... Yeah, there we go. Right, anyway, so I wanted to do some industrial, some logging. It's out this way. So this is going to come out. This is not the road I meant to use, and I also now have prop anarchy on, so it's even worse. So that's actually the only other, not the only other thing, but the other thing about this road that's kind of annoying is it's a completely different color to every other road in the game by default. So you know what? I probably will never use that road, and I might unsub from it. It had potential, but it let me down. All right, so that's going to go there. I'm just trying to figure out what road I want to use here. I don't actually know. Maybe, I don't know. Like I want to use a big road, but not too crazy. Not too crazy uses the world's largest road. I guess I'm probably going to use maybe one of the grass lined. Sure, let's do that. Now, again, I'm never good at doing logging areas. Like, I'm not good at it. So let's just do that. Well, first of all, this is going to be out. Whoa! Sorry, that lagged when I did that. So this is going to be logging all through here. It'll be beautiful. A really, really beautiful thing. I'm just going to have to add more trees in, otherwise I don't think it'll work. Oh, I mean, I guess it probably works, right? Well, you know what we need to do? We need to have a tree section and then a processing section. So why don't we get a bunch of these trees. Oh, that was the other thing I did. I don't think I mentioned. Is you might have noticed every single tree in the map now is a custom tree rather than the vanilla ones. I replaced all of them. I don't think I mentioned that yet. So, whoa, that's a lot of trees. But I guess that's what we want, right? So we're going to do that. There you go. Nice logging. That's the perfect place for logging. And then we'll have all the other stuff over here. Okay, so this, we're going to go, maybe use like these kind of roads. What does it look like? Yeah, that's good. Is that the one I made? There's another one here. There's this one, 2-lane Plain Street, which is, no, well, the one I made, I didn't make it, I modified it. The problem is I have the same icon, but I want this one. Because I think this is really good for having a little road through here for the area to like have zoning on. Rather than a dirt, I don't specifically want a dirt road through here. because I think if you're going to have all these sort of trucks driving through the area, it's probably best to have like some sort of tarmac laid down. But I also don't want it to be one with like pathways, because it is going through a forest area. So I think it kind of looks nice with a road like this where it's just the pavement, right? If we do something like this, have these roads through the area, it'd be quite nice. Like this. I don't really know how we're sort of laying this out, but I'm just placing roads and we'll figure it out later. So that's going to be part of the logging area. It's called Manor District at the moment because you got to have manors to be here. Logging. There you go. So let's get some in. There's actually not a lot of demand for it right now. Let's do this section here first. And then maybe I might do a little bit here because hopefully this section will be the processing and not the actual tree cutting bit. It's going to come through here. Obviously none of these are going to have power yet is the other thing. Also, this is a very heavily fire-prone area. There's so many trees and we're logging, so probably should get a fire department nearby. Yep. Yep. I might get a fire tower just here to watch, and then a little fire department here, maybe on the side street. Whoa, that's not on the side street. On the side street there. Alright, so that should make them a little bit happier too. And then we need power, which I think I'll just use... Which was the one that goes rural utility? So this one is... Yeah, it's annoying that I have two of these now, actually. So that's going to go up here. This one actually has sort of zoning all around it, which is kind of cool. Let's go to there. Alright, so that's built. Oh, good. They already have the custom trees that I put in there, which is very nice. So it sort of blends in really, really well with the area. So that will start building up slowly but surely. I might even just zone a lot more of it too. Like this. So we can just sort of start getting it filled in. Maybe some around here too. Alright, so we'll do that. I think a lot of that's actually out of the area of water piping, so we should probably just get a bit more just there. Cool. Alright, so they'll start building up. That's great. That's just going to add more traffic up this way, so it might even be a wise idea to get another sort of connection somewhere up through good old Cumberland. It's a great looking place, isn't it? Isn't it just lovely? Oh man. Okay, so that's that. Now, how are we going over here? That's still filling in. I'm not surprised. Need more commercial. I think I might get some more commercial. I think up around here. Because, look, the tram... I don't know where to take it from here. That's why I kind of just ended it here. Actually, we'll have a look. I'll show you the tram line. Because we didn't really look at that too closely before, did we? We got the tram line here. So it actually joins up with the other one. They both stop at the same stop just here. So it's a really good transfer point. And it's also near the buses, which is really, really good. So that goes there. Then there's a blue tram line coming up this road. Straight up here. Then ends there. I mean, it could turn and continue on here later on, but for now, it's not really going anywhere. So I was thinking this could be a very good little commercial precinct. You know what? It might actually be good to get a road up and behind. Might do one here. So this is actually going to go up, one way up. Might have a one way down just over here. And then we'll have just a regular road up the back. Because it adds nice access without overloading it too much, I don't think. It's going to come around here. So this is actually already starting to look a bit more grid-like in this section. I'm going to do the road there because then it's right near that pedestrian walkway, which is quite good. And I just want to sort of fill out this section a bit more too. So we'll go there for now. That'll be it for now for this section. Because I don't want to do too much through here either. Because it should all be low density for sure. So we'll zone up around this, and then, well, with trees, that's going to look beautiful. Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to do a park. So I'm thinking, I left this area here specifically for a park. Oh, no, garbage. Actually, that's what we should get over here. Because all our garbage is specifically over that way. I think we should get some around the other side of the city. Maybe we could get some out this way, over the other side of the highway. Because that will sort of service this area quite nicely. The problem is, there's not really anywhere to do it. It would have to be all the way over there, because it's all fairly hilly. Unless maybe up this way a little bit. You know what, let's go off this... down this road. I felt like this was a little bit more out in the sticks as well, this kind of road. I just had to sink it down a lot, so I might have to do a straight slope up here. This road seems a little bit more like kind of in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. Or at least for now it is. So I might get some garbage processing out here. Recycle centers at the end of this road. Get a couple maybe. Also, we don't have enough, so you know what? Let's get more. We'll have another little centered section around here. So I might go... Yeah, I know you can't do anything yet. Do they fit there? Well, they should do, actually. We get them here. Hang on. This is not in the right spot, which is actually kind of annoying. I need to move these. I want them to fit in perfectly. Whoa, snapping. No snapping, please. You go there. Use, move into that spot, and then use. Go here. No, straight. How do I get it to snap perfectly? There's a way to do it. I don't know what the hotkey is. I'm pressing every button. Oh, it's because I don't have any key on. There we go. That'll go there. And then this will come. Okay, I need to extend that road. There we go. Just had to click it a few times. There we go. Then that'll come straight down. I'll go along. That'll come straight down. Delete that. Delete that. Flip this section. There we go. And then obviously you need water and power. Somehow they still seem to function fine without water or power. They don't seem to care, so there's that. Now down this road, I think what I want to do... I kind of want to do industrial, like just a little bit. Because it seems like it should be like an industrial area, but I really should do like a custom theme that only has non-polluting industrial, if that makes... There's not really a non-polluting industrial, but there's some buildings that don't look like they're that bad, like for example, like just like these kind of buildings. They're still going to pollute because that's just how it works in the game, but it'd be good if we could do a little bit of that without that issue. Now I just want them to build there so it sort of connects up with the power. Let's get some through here, some commercial, maybe a little bit there. Problem is I don't really want to zone there because it's like this nice little cutout for the road. Let me get some up here though. Yeah, they don't really want to build here. I think it's just not a very good area. Oh, we could do a maybe another crematorium out here would be good. But not right next to the recycling plant's not exactly nice. We'll do it there. A little bit, not right there. So that should hopefully oh, there's actually no one's going to build there in between because there's no reason to. So what I'll do is I guess I'll just have to do this. There you go. Right, so that'll power up that little section. And then that provides a good amount of garbage capacity for this sort of more immediate vicinity, which is nice. Get these water pipes through here. Got this little commercial area here. Wow, that needs trees because that's going to look terrible without them. A little bit smaller, please. Just the one. No, I don't want to do all the same tree, but I want it to be nice and leafy. Because Leafy was here. And actually, I hope he wasn't. But we're going to do a little bit of that. We'll get out some... We don't want great pines. It's a little silly. Maybe some of these. So a little bit of difference. Just that's not a big, ugly cliff. Like, I mean, there's clearly a cliff there, but we want it to look nice, you know? A little bit of grass, maybe? I don't know. Sure. It's very green. Maybe... Yeah, no, it's alright. I mean, it's alright. There's some buildings around. What I would like to do, though, is maybe get in... curb. Where are... Curb network, here we go. Can we use this? Whoa. Yeah, can we somehow get this to fit in? Probably. We do this, and then we just have to adjust it. Precisely. Now you can see what I did with the roundabout. I mean, a roundabout was actually much easier than this. Right, so obviously this has to go way down. Obviously this is way too high up. So we're gonna... Oops. We're gonna do this. Oops. Do this. Bring those down. It's kind of weird the way it works. Like, I'm not quite sure what it's trying to be on top of. On something, but... Go there. Then this one needs to come over a little bit. I definitely think I need another point here at the end because it doesn't quite line up with the curve properly. Yeah. Look, no, this is that's one of the things that where you really need to spend a lot of time just fiddling with it, but I'll leave it like that for now. That's fine for now. And then we'll get out. Yeah, because I could spend years doing that, so we'll leave that. Where is that? Where's that nice tree that I use? I think it was this guy. Because it just makes it, sort of gives it that little oomph. Let me do a couple there, like that. So it's like a little for the area. I don't know. There should be something in the middle. I don't know what yet, but we'll leave it like that. Anyway, so that's just that little section. So that gives a purpose for people to get the tram here, because no one was catching the tram up to there. There's just nothing there. Anyways, that's around there. Oh, that guy's got no water. I knew there'd be people in the middle, like in that one little spot. I mentioned this ages ago. Now, we didn't actually get around to building a park. I do want to do one here. So I'm going to get out a zone for it. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. The park will be here. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be this section there. Where else? See, in the middle there is nice, but we've already kind of zoned that. I think maybe here could be a park. Or at least maybe just up to the monorail. You know what? Up to the monorail. I think here should be a nice park. Actually, even across the road here, we've got a big space here. So it'll be this sort of section. It's a nice nice shape, isn't it? Like that. It's going to be one part. Myrtle Garden. Myrtle Garden. We also need to go back to some of the other ones that we didn't do anything in yet. So we'll go back to those. And then maybe a little bit more up here somewhere. I don't know. But we got a nice variety of parks around the place, I think. Oh, actually, this should definitely be a park around the university. It's not part of the beach. Oh, you know what? We could make it part of the beach, because it is 7 Mile Beach, and the beach isn't that long. You know what? It will be part of the beach. So the beach will actually continue all the way down to here. And I might add some more sand. I'm not going to add any sand in this section, because I like that's kind of watered off, but I might add... And by sand, I mean air quotes sand, because we're actually using the ruined texture. And someone pointed that out, and I was like, yeah, I know, we did that on purpose, because the sand doesn't go far enough in. Oh, and there is... Well, and also because the sand texture looks ridiculous, I think. Isn't it like neon? It's like really bright. Yeah, like... That's just like, Jesus! That's why we didn't use the actual sand. It's just too bright. It's like, ugh! Like, this looks more like sand than sand does. That's why we're using it. In case you didn't know. So we're just using surface painter to sort of cover our areas. So obviously the cliff we're not going to paint up, but the bottom. And then I can imagine this having some nice foliage and rocks and all that on it too. So it should be quite nice. So we'll just sort of bring it up to there. And sort of blend that in a little bit. So that goes all the way around there now. Definitely not 7 miles. That's maybe... That's a little... Can I... No, I guess I just have to view it from here. Maybe like 2 kilometers, if that. Because I think... Wait, how big are these tiles? I don't know. Maybe about 2 kilometers, if that. Can't really tell. It's one of those. Yeah, so this area has significantly less bright white buildings, but I think I need to remove this one. Because it's just... First of all, it's kind of dumb. Like, it's building zones on the road like this. And it doesn't have any windows. It's a big white wall. It's like prone... It's like designed for graffiti, you know? So I think I might remove that one. And then it's starting to look much better. Instead of being bright white everywhere. But I'm going to leave this part here. I think the city's looking really, really good. We've got these beautiful, like, sort of suburban rolling hills up the back now. I think fit in really well. And it sort of obviously becomes a little bit more densely sort of suburban down this way. And we'll probably continue that a little bit more too. But yeah, that's it for this time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. And have an awesome day.